Good morning, Senior Pride here. This morning I'm going to talk about seniors' rights worldwide. What we have, what's changing, and so forth. And as usual, I will be providing links in the comment section below. Okay, so first of all, we know that aging is a universal experience. However, the rights and protections afforded differ significantly depending on where you live on this planet. In most places, being a senior is defined as 60 and above. In certain places, like North America, for example, it's 65 and above. It is estimated by 2050 that the global population of individuals over 60 years of age will double and reach about 2.1 billion. So we're significant. This shift kind of brings in urgent challenges and opportunities, making the promotion of our rights, of seniors' rights, an essential focus for governments, international organizations, and society in general. Where did we start to talk about seniors' rights? When did we start to talk about seniors' rights? Well, first of all, the United Nations Principles for Older Persons was brought into effect in 1991, and it was adopted by the UN General Assembly. And the document in particular provides guidelines for empowering older adults, emphasizing independence, participation, care, self-fulfillment, and dignity. Then in 2002, the Madrid International Plan of Action on Aging came into effect. And again, it's a comprehensive plan, and it highlights the importance of integrating aging issues with national and international development. It promotes policies that enable active aging and strengthen intergenerational solidarity. Regional efforts exist in different places. And so, for example, the African Union, the European Union, the Organization of American States, all have introduced policies and charters addressing the needs of seniors. However, implementation does vary. It's important to note that despite these frameworks being brought into effect, the enforcement of seniors' rights is very much inconsistent. There are disparities that exist based on cultural, economic, and political influences. So what are some of the challenges that seniors face worldwide? First of all, economic insecurity. Many of us face financial instability due to inadequate pensions, high health care costs, limited employment opportunities for older people. In low and middle income countries, informal labor markets often leave seniors without retirement benefits. Now, according to the International Labor Organization, only 20% of the world's population has access to comprehensive social protection. So it's a very small group. And that makes many seniors vulnerable to poverty, homelessness, and exploitation. 2, healthcare and well-being. This remains a critical issue for seniors. Age-related conditions impact our health, and they often go untreated due to financial barriers, inadequate healthcare infrastructure, and ageism in medical systems. So, for example, in sub-Saharan Africa, where healthcare resources are scarce, older adults often rely on family members, usually female, who don't have the training or resources to support them through things like dementia, cardiovascular disease, etc. Of course, 3, there's ageism and discrimination. It's pervasive. It affects seniors' abilities to access services, employment, and social opportunities. It can manifest in healthcare, workplace policies, and even legal systems. So there are many countries, for example, that require mandatory retirement at specific ages, which undermines economic independence and self-worth and the ability just to survive. Fourth, of course, is social isolation and loneliness. It's a significant concern, particularly in urbanized locations, where the traditional family structure is weakening and dissipating. So factors such as mobility challenges, loss of peers, and exclusion to digital access exacerbate these feelings and this loss of interaction. In 2020, a study by the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine found that nearly 1/4 of adults aged 65 and over in the United States felt socially isolated. Here's a big one: abuse and neglect. Elder abuse is widespread, but as I have said before, it is underreported. The WHO, the World Health Organization, reports that approximately 1 in 6 adults 60 and over are victims of elder abuse, but again, this may be an underestimate. Okay, so what are some regional or societal expectations and perspectives on seniors' rights? In Europe, they've made significant progress addressing seniors' rights. They have robust social welfare systems and legal protections. The European Union promotes active aging through issues such as the European Pillar of Social Rights. However, disparities remain between Western and Eastern European nations. And it's important to note that in many Eastern European nations, the support systems or pension systems are very much underfunded. In North America, and here I'm focusing specifically on Canada and the United States, we have advanced our healthcare systems and legal frameworks to protect seniors. However, rising healthcare costs, in Canada, reduction of healthcare services, insufficient savings, and systemic ageism, not surprisingly, they persist. So there are poverty, for example, in Edmonton, Alberta, where I live, among seniors is underreported. It's something that's hidden there, but they are starting to know just how many seniors are ending up on the street, homeless, because we can't provide basic supports. Okay, what about Asia Pacific? Well, they're home to the largest population of seniors. And they face immense challenges in balancing traditional family care systems with modern economic issues. So countries like Japan and South Korea have implemented innovative policies to support aging populations, but low and middle income nations in the region do lag behind. Africa. Seniors often rely on informal networks of support like female family members. They have limited healthcare access. Poverty is intense. There are cultural stigmas around aging. So there are significant barriers for seniors. And finally, Latin America and the Caribbean. Many countries in this region have enacted progressive policies, including non-contributory pensions and universal health care. However, because of economic instability and inequality, their efforts are undermined. So what are some ways that we can strengthen seniors' rights? One, very obvious, policy reform and enforcement. Governments must enact and enforce legislation that protects seniors from discrimination, abuse, and neglect. So including strengthening social security or social benefit systems, introducing anti-ageism laws, and ensuring accessible and affordable health care. Another issue is community-based support systems. So our local communities play an important role in supporting seniors and providing care and removing isolation. And programs that promote intergenerational interaction, volunteer giving, caregiving, and senior-friendly infrastructure can enhance our quality of life. Economic empowerment, expanding employment opportunities for seniors, and promoting financial literacy, although that requires you to have the finances to be able to access it. Finally, technological inclusion. It's important to bridge that digital divide to ensure that seniors can access information, services, and social connections. And age-friendly technology such as bigger numbers, that sort of thing, can help. Simple training that is supportive of older people can also help with technology. It's important that globally we work together, that for instance the United Nations and the World Health Organization have to continue to advocate, and that the countries come together and support each other. Now, we are aging. As a global population, we are aging. And it is important that we ensure dignity, equity, and protection for our older population. We must become a priority for governments, for international organizations, and for society in general. We need to address economic insecurity, healthcare disparity, ageism, social isolation, and create a world where we all can thrive. It is important, and I stress this, to consider aging rights as human rights. And with that I say, if you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe and explore. Please share this video with anyone you think might be interested. And remember, to be senior is to be proud. Hugs.